Hello friend, and welcome to Daytona for the sprint race of the penultimate round of Chase the Sunset. We have Kevin on pole, myself second, then Espadretti, Unicorn and John Boy. Kevman leading us away there with a new livery. Looking nice, Kevman, looking very nice. And we've got 20 minutes to get these strategies right for the main race. So drivers are going to be looking at fuel usage and tyre wear, and at the same time they're going to want to be, well, you know, taking the honour of winning. There's no points in this race, the points are only in the future race, but nevertheless it's all about that win here at Daytona. Myself, they're going for a look around the outside of Kevman. No, couldn't quite get through there, but that's allowed Espadretti to draw alongside with that block. Unicorn and John Boy fighting at the back, but Espadretti through to second. Briefly coming back at him as Espadretti is forced to take the title line. Unicorn, they're coming low. Can't quite make it work, I think. Unicorn just very close to the apron there and having to just back out to stabilise the car a little bit. John Boy sweeps through it into fourth. As this happens, has John Boy got the momentum there to get Espadretti for third place? Espadretti and John Boy very much the giants of this series so far. Kevman's looking quite comfortable up front. John Boy perhaps a little bit more cautious than he would be with other drivers because of Pedretti's connection issues. But here comes Pedretti, making the move for second, making the move for first. Wow, slingshot into first place. All of the drivers suddenly together. This could be dangerous. Let's hope it's not. Oh, Unicorn down on the apron there. Very awkward rejoin. But everything's okay. Unicorn having some control issues there. These Citroens not particularly easy to manoeuvre. But look out, look out. There's a grandpa in the lead. Make the most of it. It won't be there for long. Ah, there we go. Take it in. Doesn't happen very often. But here comes Espadretti to spoil the party. Up the inside and into the lead. This looks like it's going to be the theme for this race. Chopping and changing, everybody just making up places. Kevman getting shuffled down and down as he's lost momentum. Now down right in front of Unicorn. Back to the front, John Boy, where's he come from? A sneaky John Boy sneaking into the lead. And there he goes, and Espadretti I think following him through, yeah. So the Grandpa Mobile down to third, down to the midfield where it belongs. Pedretti not hanging around to save fuel by the look of it, looking for a way past John Boy. Is he going to find it? It doesn't look like it. John Boy's covered him off for now, although Pedretti goes low. John Boy's gone a little bit higher. So John Boy's going to have the wider, faster line, but Pedretti's going to have the shorter line. If he can hold it, we saw at Northern Isle that these cars are not good on ovals. They get very unstable very quickly. This a far less harsh banked track than Northern Isle. Pedretti down in third at the moment. Great three-way tussle at the front. This could come down to who can save the tyres best, who can save the fuel the most. And you know, you've got to think about that just as much as you've got to think about the racing. So we've got Kevman and Unicorn in a bit of a slipstream bump draft train back there. I think perhaps they're saving fuel. Once they go a little bit further into this race, it would make sense. You don't want to be doing more stops than you absolutely need to in these races. It's a high Grandpa Mobile. We go around the outside of Pedretti. We get around the outside, not quite, maybe side by side up to the next corner, but that's not happening. Or is it? Oh, Pedretti there goes past John Boy. John Boy must have lost speed because he's gone down to third. So John Boy missing out in a big way. Espadretti down low. Grandpa and John Boy up high. Come on, let's get him. Foot down. And there we go. Grandpa Mobile back into first place. So we've seen it again. It just keeps happening. Let's hope we can keep this up for the entire race. I think Espadretti's got to run. He's closing in. He's the move for first place. Espadretti back where he likes to be, commanding the pace of the race. John Boy a little bit wayward there. I wonder if he's gone into fuel saving mode, deciding to try and outrun Pedretti. He's fallen straight to the clutches of Kevman and Unicorn actually, so I think John Boy definitely saving fuel at this point. We've reached the 5-minute mark, so he's probably split this into 5-minute segments, figuring out how much fuel he needs. That's one way of doing the easy math. It's a 20-minute race, split it into 4 segments. And there's 4 segment markers on the Gran Turismo 7 fuel gauges, so you can really do the maths quite easily if you work it that way. With these 3 drivers, I think, all in fuel conservation mode. These 2 drivers at the front, chopping and changing positions. There's no fuel saving going on here. These are driving for the win, although John Boy, suddenly out of nowhere, where's he gone? There he is, 2nd place. And Unicorn as well, so is everybody saving fuel now? It's hard to know. We're not going to know until the pit stops come around, because all of a sudden all 5 drivers completed together. John Boy shoved down to last. That was 0 to 0 in the space of 1 corner. Don't think we can call it. We can't call who's going to win this. But wouldn't it be nice if it was this old chap here for a change? Yeah, let's not hold our breath on that. So about Kevman, he's trying to come back to the front. He was at the back with Unicorn for a while, despite having led from the start. So he's pushing. Now all of the slipstream train now. There they go. Pedretti going for the move. Move made. That slipstream catapult, very, very powerful. And look out, here comes John Boy as well. That's it. I give up. I don't know who's saving fuel and who isn't. We'll just have to wait and see. John Boy going for the pass. And making it. John Boy into the lead. Espadretti's got to run. John Boy's purple, but that means that Espadretti must be as well, because he's catching up with John Boy. So these 2 are pushing harder all of a sudden. Espadretti into the lead, but John Boy still more or less alongside. Can he get this back on the inside? They're slowing each other down, so we're able to just reel them in there from 3rd place. But John Boy and Espadretti side by side. And it's John Boy who comes out best this time. This could be a very hard race. Pedretti coming back at him. That's a good shot. I like that long aerial shot. Pedretti under threat here. Yes, that's a grand point into 2nd. And we're going to go for the move on John Boy as well. Not quite enough momentum there to get that done. Unicorn is approaching from behind, so Unicorn suddenly turned up the wick, decided they want to control the pace of this race instead, and it's a slipstream from John Boy. Is that going to cause Kevman to turn his engine up as well and suddenly materialise from the back? Pedretti with a penalty. That's going to stunt his forward momentum a little bit. So he must have got down onto the apron for a moment. Unicorn looking way past John Boy, getting shuffled to the back due to being blocked. You can see the visible drop in speed there from Unicorn. Kevman now charging forwards behind John Boy. Is Kevman going to look for way past, or is he going to save fuel there in the slipstream? You know, it's not always ideal to be out in 1st place, because you are the one that's creating the big hole in the air for everybody else. But it is nice to lead a race. It does feel good, as John Boy would attest to, as he takes the lead of this race once again. Okay, we've reached the halfway point of the race, so the question is now, is anybody going to start to think about pitting? Have people decided they want to go for the no stopper? Don't even know if that's possible. We're going to find out. But I guess you could say that at this point the pit window is open for a 1 stopper. Of course, somebody suffers damage, then they'll have to stop again. And look at those 3 wide at the back there. Unicorn going out very low. Got to be very, very careful with that apron. And that is an early stop from the Grandpa Mobile. So that's an attempted undercut, 32% of fuel remaining. So that is for tyres. And as I said, an attempt at the undercut. Could be powerful, maybe not. But John Boy takes the lead now with Unicorn second, Kevman third and Espadretti in fourth. John Boy wanted to maximise his points here to take the fight to Pedretti. Ready for the last big battle, so he's going to want to get that strategy absolutely perfect. Wow, we're about to get lapped. This certainly is a very long stop as Unicorn goes into the lead for the first time in this race. So Unicorn now getting on with it. Go down to the apron, perhaps going to the pits. No, it was a dummy. It was a clever move. John Boy all over the back of Unicorn. Could go for that place back, I think. Around the outside, is that going to work? I'm not too convinced it will. Unicorn pushing on now. Now that we've reached the halfway point, the drivers know just how much fuel they've got to work with. They know just how far and how hard they can push these cars, and they are going to do just that. Unicorn is purple, so Unicorn is really on the move. Oh, John Boy there with a bump draft just to try and keep himself ahead of Pedretti, and it works as well. It nullified Pedretti's slipstream, so that was a very clever move, well thought out. John Boy isn't really fighting Unicorn in the championship, so why not just finish behind Unicorn but in front of Pedretti? That could be a thing. We'll wait and see. Nobody still pitting, so perhaps this was a big mistake from myself, a big tactical error. Everybody wanting those better, fresher tyres towards the end of the race. Look at Kevman still sat back there. How much fuel is he saving? Has he got the ultimate strategy here and we just haven't realised it? John Boy goes high. Oh, Unicorn there, just a little bit of oversteer. Oh, and it's another penalty for Unicorn. It's going to be so frustrating for them as Espadretti goes into second place. Kevman catches up now, so Kevman may have turned up the wick, ready to burn off the last of his fuel prior to his pit stop. But I'm sure Unicorn is going to come under massive pressure now in the lead. When they reach the penalty line, John Boy and Kevman there fighting at the back, side by side. Kevman trying to come around the outside. He's got the momentum and he's doing it. John Boy trying to stay in Pedretti's slipstream to keep the speed up, but it's not helping him, and Kevman slips into third place. Incredibly, Unicorn managed to hold first place despite the penalty. They're staying very low, trying to force anybody coming up to go to the outside. That's exactly what happens. Kevman slips into second. So Kevman definitely more on the move now. Anyone going to pit this lap? Anybody at all? Yep, we see Espadretti pitting from fourth place. Unicorn continues to lead now with Kevman in second place. John Boy in third. How have we done with the undercut? We haven't seen this guy for a while, that's me. Have we made up ground on Espadretti by pitting early and getting onto that fresher rubber? Or was it a mistake? It looks like Espadretti already on the move, so no, the undercut does not work here. You need to keep going and keep your car light. So big F for the Grandpa. That's a lesson learned for the feature race. Around towards the pit lane again. Unicorn, Kevman, John Boy, anybody peeling off? No, they're going to keep on going. So if the overcut is the way to do it, then these three are looking good right now. Kevman moves to the outside. Oh, Unicorn there, just losing the back end. The car's so twitchy. This is a very difficult car and track combination when you're on controller. Very, very easy to overdo it. Much easier on wheel because you can just hold the wheel right where you need it. And Kevman squeaks past Unicorn. Unicorn's got the inside and may come back. Yep, Unicorn back into the lead as Kevman just forced to take the longer line. he drops down low into the slipstream, try and get a little bit more of an overspeed. Can he make it happen? Well, not yet, he can't. And once again, everybody pushing on and not pitting. Is it feasible that these three drivers are going to the end? They've got less than 5 minutes to go. Unicorn, Kevman and John Boy could all be attempting the no-stop race. In which case, they've done a phenomenal job of keeping up the way they did. And they're still about a third of a lap ahead of Pedretti in fourth. John Boy suddenly falling back. John Boy going into major fuel saving mode perhaps. Kevman and Unicorn side by side once again. Kevman going to the outside. Unicorn hogging that apex near the apron, and nothing Kevman can do there. Kevman going around the first corner. The outside of the first corner rather, and he's into the lead, but can he hold it there? Because Unicorn right with him. Yep, the move is done. Unicorn's going to get a toe now. Try and come back at him. How we're looking. Unicorn jinks left, Unicorn jinks right. Just can't quite get the speed up to make that move. So into the slipstream. Try again, maybe. Where's John Boy gone? John Boy has dropped off. John Boy must definitely be conserving fuel at this point. Only about 2 minutes of racing left. If these drivers can keep going for that long, they'll have demolished Pedretti and myself. And really put the cat among the pigeons for the future racers' strategy. It's a tall order though to keep racing and save fuel at the same time. But they're doing it. They are doing it. Let's have a look. We've got 51-second laps, so we've got to assume this could be the penultimate lap that we're on right now. And myself and Pedretti a long way back, although Pedretti now down into 5th. So I'm not quite sure how that's happened, but yay me. Of course, the action is here at the front, where Unicorn is chasing Kevman for the win. And we're about to start the final lap of this race, so it's going to be using every resource you've still got available to you. Kevman pushing hard, Unicorn pushing hard. John Boy is going to have to give it everything he's got left. And the two cars at the back are just too far adrift. They shouldn't have pitted. Of course, they'll know this for the feature race. They'll have seen what Kevman, Unicorn and John Boy have done, and they'll be factoring that in to their calculations. It's going to make it a very tactical race. But it could be this man, Kevman, who takes the win in the sprint race. He's coming around the final corner now. All he's got to do is boot it. In fact, Unicorn dropping back as Unicorn ran out of fuel. The Unicorn's in trouble. Yeah, Unicorn definitely in trouble. John Boy sweeps around the outside. Can he make the move? Or is John Boy run out of fuel as well? Kevman wins. Unicorn second. John Boy slowly across the line. Myself in 4th. Pedretti 5th. So congratulations to Kevman for smashing the strategy on the sprint race. Well, there you have it. The penultimate future race is going to be absolutely fascinating, and I hope you'll stick with us to watch it. Until then, I want to say a big thank you to our channel sponsor Button Bashers for PCs, consoles, games and accessories. Thank you of course to our Patreon patrons who support the channel in their unique way, and to our Discord members who take part in these events.